Hello everybody and welcome to Brother Earth Healing. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be doing a reading today for air energies as well as looking into the mental space for the month of February. So this video might resonate a little bit more if you have a lot of air in your chart, but will certainly be valuable for all of us as we all do have air energies in and around us, and we all have a mind. So yeah, welcome, very warm welcome. Nice to be back with you all again. My name is Brother Earth and I'm an intuitive healer. I do a lot of intuitive work with people, as well as I'm a medium. So feel free to reach out if you resonate, and happy to do one-on-one sessions. Yeah, you can support by liking the video if this resonates with you, and subscribing to our channel here. Thank you so much for all the support that you've all given already. Yeah, as usual, I'm going to start off by offering some energy to help us ease into this space, and some prayers, and we'll get started from there. Check me out on Instagram as well at Brother Earth Healing for some other fun stuff on there, and for clips and things like that. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and get started. So I invite you to just settle into the space you're in. Take some nice deep breaths and allow yourself to settle in. We're going to set an intention to open ourselves up to receive today, whatever it is that is, for our highest benefit, for our growth. I'll invite you to recognize the mental space, recognize what's going on in the mind. And without placing judgment, let's invite ourselves to begin to settle the mind. Coming into a place of ease and openness and rest. Let's move down to our heart space. And again, without judgment, allowing what is there, recognizing what is present. We'll allow our emotions and whatever is alive in the heart space to settle and ease into ease. And again, opening ourselves in our mind and emotionally, mind and heart, to receive what we need to receive today. And I feel like a lot of us are in a pretty good place right now. That feels good. So we'd like to offer thanks and big gratitude for our teachers, for guides, ancestors of our blood heritage and spiritual heritage as well. Thank you for paving the path and for offering so much love and guidance all along the way. Please support all of us and myself in offering messages clearly, for the growth and guidance of us all today. For this month. Thank you so much. Okay, good. Great. So let's go ahead and get started. I know a lot of us maybe don't have so much time in the day, but I think it's really good to take a moment to settle and to sit, to quiet ourselves. And I'm going to begin offering like live healings, group healings. So you can check out the Instagram again, Brother Earth Healing, where I'll post the details for that. We're gonna do this reading in 3 segments here. And let's try this. I've been seeing a lot of readers do this lately. It's kind of coming to me. We're going to do like a, I've been doing a kind of like a 3 pinnacle reading. So 3 main points here. And I'm feeling that the cards that are coming out are kind of pointing to, like almost like a little bit of a past, present, future kind of situation. So let's do it like that for now. So here we have, as one of our pinnacles and themes, past as well, Queen of Wands. I feel like a lot of us have grown past a lot of internal, maybe blocks, or at the very least coming into like a very, very clear recognition of what is maybe holding us back, or the ways that we've held ourselves back. And I feel like that's particularly important for us. And if we're a little bit behind the curve on that, or coming into this in our own time, then this might be something that's a little bit more present, is what I'm getting for some of us, in the present as opposed to in the past. But regardless, I feel like there's been, whether it's a physical thing or more of like an internal thing, I certainly feel that there's been some sort of struggle, or obstacle that is surely been moved through in a very beautiful way, in a way that has really allowed us to open ourselves, and has created some kind of abundance, again, whether that's an emotional abundance or an emotional sanctuary is what I'm hearing, or something of like even a physical sanctuary, or a physical abundance, right? And that can be that can come in like many forms, whether that's like, kind of getting what we getting out of life what we want, or getting out of life what we need. I would say more so like need, but in a way that's very fulfilling, actually. And I feel like this is very much across the board. I'm really feeling this for all of us. So that's really beautiful. A lot of it's interesting. A lot of fire energy here. A lot of, I'm feeling very enlivening kind of energy. We do have the Ace of Wands is our middle pinnacle here, as well, representing the more present situation that we are finding ourselves in. And like me, personally, I'm also experiencing this. I feel like a lot of us are, really feeling a lot of opportunity, and like seeing opportunities in maybe a different light, or seeing things as opportunities that maybe we brushed off in the past. And I think that these are coming from a very beautiful core place within us. I'm feeling that it's very, interesting. It's very central to who we know we are. So this is kind of like beyond the ego, or beyond like the identity that maybe has been created in part by like our environment and upbringing, and our own selves as well, influencing that identity of that we normally would associate with like our given names, and kind of like, really beautiful. And I'm getting that also from the Queen of Wands as well, is this really coming into ourselves in a more whole way. And this is like a really beautiful it's a really beautiful theme. I feel like some of us have maybe left relationships or connections, whether that's like friendships or whatever, and are coming into, I'm definitely feeling for many, this is, a feeling of like the, after breakup kind of like when you kind of like get over maybe some of the initial, sadness, and the initial like, heartache of that, coming into like a really beautiful space of opening, and going deeper within, to find our sustenance, right, and to find our source of our joy and wholeness. And I feel like this Ace of Wands is just really pointing to opportunity and growth, for so many of us. So we're going to go into that as we go through the reading. And so last, for our future card, we have the Four of Swords reversed. So I feel like as well, many of us are interesting. Yeah, like there's some sense, very deep feeling of completeness. And it's interesting that those words are kind of coming through, being given to me to relay, because this completeness is in two parts, right? In one part, very much about like feeling complete within ourselves, in a whole, which is, again, seems to be a central theme that's coming through, which is really beautiful. And as well, this kind of being done with certain things that maybe are just not helpful for us. I think for some, like kind of being stagnant or complacent, or maybe just feeling stuck, that this is sort of ending, and I feel like in the near future, if some of you may be feeling a little bit less than motivated right now, I certainly feel like with this Ace of Wands that is present right now for us, if only, if it's maybe only a feeling for now, I definitely see that going through and going towards that, putting ideas out onto paper, maybe like in a physical way, and then letting that inspire you to, enact in an even more direct and in the physical world, way in the physical world, will lead to this. Those actions, I feel, will lead to this letting go of this maybe stagnancy, or simply, if that doesn't resonate, then simply like just feeling like quite complete and ready to go, right? Just ready to go and really go forward strongly. So that's really beautiful. I'm feeling just like a lot of confidence right now in the air, and I feel like a lot of this is having to do with mental shifts, really seeing things a little bit more clearly. And I feel like this is kind of a gift. I feel like what's happening is, or what I'm getting now is actually that there's a lot of support and energy, in general, which I've been feeling for, a long time, especially the past year, just a lot of support and energy, all around, from guides and, in general, just, and that's beautiful. I kind of want to just continue to go deeper into this. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Cups. And again, opportunities being offered. I'm feeling like some folks might come into like some, I don't want to say like business partnerships, because I don't think that's what it is. Like financial stability could be part of that, but certainly just feeling like a lot of kindred energy, like brother and sister energy. So for some, that might be relationship, or like, a romantic partnership. But for many, I think this is more of just actually coming into like some really beautiful family ties, like soul family connections, and really, just being very happy with who you find yourself around, and who you might be meeting this month. I definitely feel like the stage is being set for like a really beautiful opening, and going into yourself in a way that you haven't before, going, living life maybe even in a more full way than you have before. Seeing your life unfold in a more harmonious, with your true self kind of way. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some cards for this, and we'll start with our past with Queen of Wands, the near or recent past here. And maybe I'll just pull like 2 cards, and we'll just do like a little pyramid for all these 3. That sounds good. Okay. if there's any guidance for obstacles that we might be facing, or yeah, just anything that would give us some more insight about our recent past and maybe things we've learned, or we can, in a way, we can get a little bit more out of it would be beautiful. Oh boy, that's a lot of cards. Let me go ahead and take this one. Okay, perfect. Again, a lot of fire energy here. I feel like there's been a recognition of like really needing to give to ourselves across the board. Okay. I feel like, yeah, for some, there's been maybe some like codependent tendencies. And I feel that this Eight of Pentacles particularly is pointing to this, yeah, really attempting to like cultivate something outside of ourselves and not, yeah, and really like just continuing to be disappointed. Like he has all of these kind of like things that he's tried, right? And yeah, like very really maybe trying to surround yourself with extravagance or people or things, physical things, or maybe even communities that seem like bright and shiny, right? Yeah, like the glittery stuff, right? And then realizing like, you know, not all that glitters is gold, kind of a feeling. And then just really having this beautiful, right? Like, especially like with the Queen of Wands, like that came out on top, right? Then we have the Knight of Wands. I don't feel like this is, I feel like the energy is the Queen of Wands that we are holding in the recent past, or at least the way that we see ourselves, right? And this Knight of Wands to me is pointing to the really, yeah, like beautiful energy that we're moving forward with, right? And to continue to cultivate that energy that is inspiring us to move forward. Yeah, and I think that that's clear enough for everybody. I think that is very clear what that is and what that feels like, and continuing to create mental patterns, creating, yeah, particularly in the mind, right? Continuing to give ourselves those reminders and keep ourselves on track in our thinking will really, really help to, yeah, keep us focused and on track, because I feel like right now it's there's so much opportunity, and if we can stay focused and really like do our best to, yeah, just stay on track, it's just what's coming up. Yeah, the fruits of that will be, yeah, really beautiful. So, yeah, that's great. Is there anything else about this that we should point out? Yeah, I feel like for some, it's good to not get carried away with like the way that you have done things before, and finding new ways to consider, to think through issues or obstacles that come up, or yeah, just new. That's what's coming through. Is to really be open-minded about the way that you do things, and open-minded when maybe also when people offer you advice, particularly people that you really trust and are close with, and that know you well. And to even seek that, right? And seek that and finding new ways. I feel like for some, the habitual patterning in the mind, as well as like in other ways, have, yeah, has played a big role in this maybe like holding you back, or also just, yeah, like not expressing to your fullest, not expressing yourself like, you know, to your fullest. And it's funny, it's almost ironic that, you know, sometimes we do have to go outside of what we feel like is like our comfortable space. Like we almost build a home in this comfortable space, right? We almost in this, and then, you know, sometimes it becomes, you know, a little too comfortable, and it becomes like us actually holding ourselves back. So if you're experiencing that, then yeah, I would definitely keep watching as well. is I feel there would be some really beautiful guidance that comes through. Let's go ahead and go ahead with the current situation. Ace of Wands. Yeah, opportunity, growth. I heard like growth mindset. So if you're unfamiliar with that, then definitely look that up. I'm just feeling like this infinite opportunity. This opportunity is so so important for us, and it really feels like it's just being like handed to us, guys. It really feels like it's right there for the taking, and we are equipped. Like we are equipped for everything that we want and need right now. Interesting. Okay, let's read this. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this upright. Interesting. I'm actually being called to read this. It's really interesting, both in the reverse as it came out and upright after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just channel for us. So 10 of Wands reverse. It's I'm hearing it's not what we're carrying, it's the weight of it. I think that a lot of us think that success looks a certain way. I'm getting that it's very much like a mind game is what I'm hearing. Like it's very much a game of the mind. Yeah, to like see something that tickles us. They're just coming through really funny right now. That like, right, like tickles your fancy sort of, and to like kind of do whatever you can to go towards that, even if it's not like aligned with us. Yeah, and yeah, that's interesting. It's not what we're carrying, it's the weight of it. It's not what we're carrying, but the weight of it. Yeah, there's a lot that's coming through right now. One of the main things that's coming through is that this invitation to like really lighten ourselves, right? To lighten ourselves from the burdens of the mind, and recognizing what those are is so important. Like recognizing what makes us feel heavy, you know, and sometimes that can be like masked in a very confusing way. For instance, we might feel that sometimes like our values are like challenged in that, right? Sometimes our yeah, particularly with what we perceive as like right and wrong, and having such a heavy response when we see something that isn't aligned with that, right? As opposed to like having compassion and understanding for those things. And in that way, that leads to an acceptance of the reality and a deeper understanding of why they exist and what they are in their essence doing, and their role, right? And I feel that so many of us, yeah, like really get carried away by the weight of these things. And yeah, the invitation is to just really lighten ourselves from those things that, and recognize when those things are becoming so heavy that we're actually being, it's actually affecting our ability to grow. And it becomes a hindrance to us instead of something that yeah, like that is helping to propel us forward, more deeply into like the heart, or into ourselves and our own yeah, what we know is our direction and our path of service, right? Yeah, that's very, very interesting. It's not what we're carrying, it's the weight of it. I feel like there's a little bit more there, but maybe I'll move on. Yeah. Eight of Cups reversed. I feel like it's incredibly important for us to recognize our habits, our patterns, particularly in the mind, again. And it's very important that we don't circle back around, right? That we don't circle back. And I think that the key to that is having a very clear recognition and even writing down like what we know to be patterns that hold us back. I think it's very clear. Just very important that we don't revert back to old habits. And that we keep pressing forward. And again, one of the other things that's really going to help us with that is new, new habits, new places, stop doing the same old things, right? Stop doing the same old things. It's very, very clear and direct. And that's about it with this card, actually. That seems like, yeah, very clear. And it feels like what one of the keys is as well to that, and recognizing that in a very simple and easy way for us is I'm getting a feeling of sadness. A feeling of sadness comes over us with some of these things that we do habitually, whether they're places that we go, people that we hang out with, or avenues of thought that we go down. So when we feel sad or upset or even angry, recognize if what you're doing is a pattern of yours, right? It's that's very, very simple and easy to read. I'm going to go ahead and, they did want me to read these right side up as well, which is very interesting. They've never asked me to I've never been suggested or nudged to do that. Okay, so Eight of Cups upright. Yeah, I mean, I certainly feel it's very obvious that we are moving in a more we're moving in a direction that is requiring us to let go of quite a bit, as actually. And I feel for some it's there's this real grasping on to, even if you're not aware that you're doing it, but there's a very much a grasping of the mind to this quite like a melancholy place, or a place that feels very bittersweet. And remember, I want you to remember that this is in the mind. This is absolutely just in the mind, and it has no real weight in I don't want to say reality, because what we experience is our reality in a way, but in the broader scope of things, it really will be okay. And just go towards your gold. There's a sense that in the past there's been a confusion again with not all that glitters is gold, and kind of being mesmerized by the shiny glittery stuff, and that's recognized now and done. And you have much more clarity now, especially in this time. And now what you actually do see as your gold, especially when you can easily resonate with it, and when you can easily identify that this is coming from a very deep place in you that's very aligned with you, that absolutely is your goal, and you need to absolutely go for that. And everything else, it's not these cups that you're leaving behind that might seem like this, melancholy, it's not like those are just being left behind. Nothing is lost on this path. Everything that we experience and go through are, things that that will continue to serve us, and absolutely people that we've supported in the past, all in all these ways, and all these things, just really don't get stuck in that mindset of thinking you're abandoning someone or things or whatever. Feeling like that's pretty strong for some of us. And so Ten of Wands as well. Again, upright. This is interesting. Yeah, this is really interesting. What I'm getting is that for some of us, this newness, this new direction, it might feel very heavy at first. For some of us, this might feel, and for some of us, this may be making us feel very weary and tired, is what I'm getting actually, which is super interesting. And I think that this is just a period that some of us are going to have to just kind of like move through as gracefully as we can, because I think for the people that resonate with this, we know very clearly that this is the right direction for us. And I think the same advice applies, right, from this card in reverse. It's very much like picking away, really like letting letting one stick go at a time. Like if we are not able to just completely let go, and if that's going to feel too much for us, like too intense, maybe too much for the mind as well, we can begin to like just lay the sticks like down, like when it's the right time for us, right? Like when we feel like we're able to begin doing that. Yeah, it's still coming back to me. It's not what you're carrying, but the weight of it. Yeah. Super interesting. I'm gonna have to like look into that a little bit more deeply later. I'm not getting a very clear answer for that. Let me ask one more time. We're each carrying something so precious. The most beautiful and precious thing, idea, energy that we could ever imagine for ourselves, for the world, coming through us, can come through us. Oh, for some, the weight of that and the deep knowing that we are carrying something so precious, that we are something so precious, might seem totally overwhelming. But this isn't something to feel weighed down by. It is something to cherish and honor in each step that we make. Yeah, don't be outshined by your own light, by your own self. Know that you are that light in all of your actions and dealings and thoughts. And allow it to illuminate yourself and the path before you. Knowing the, knowing that the density and profound depth and beauty of that light, won't weigh an ounce of a feather. Yeah, beautiful. Great. That was Gabriel coming through there a little bit. So I am a medium for Gabriel and others as well. So there's a little message from him. That was really beautiful. It didn't take that long. Okay, good. Sometimes I'll like come out of that and it's like, a long time after. But anyway, yeah, that's really beautiful. And so again, this is just like another really deep and beautiful invitation for us to proceed and to let go, and to, more than that, it's really not about that. It's really not about the letting go of it. It's about the embracing, right? It's very much just about the embracing. And as long as we have that in our mind and in our consciousness, right, that like I am embracing, like that is the energy that we need to go forward on. Not like, oh, I want to just let all this heavy stuff go. That will happen naturally. It's not about that, right? Yeah. Anyway, so let's continue with the last part, near future part of this. Oh, they're coming out real quick. Okay. I'm feeling plans are being made. I'm feeling we're really being kind of steeped and soaking in this energy right now, so that we can really have the inspiration and have time to really reflect and steep ourselves deeply enough in ourselves, kind of, right, in ourselves, to be able to proceed in a way that's going to be sustainable, is what I really feel. If we need one more card, can pull one more card, please. You can show me. Thank you. Okay. Really interesting. Okay, yeah, really interesting. I'm getting like these really interesting like Viking vibes. Like, I don't know what that's about. But I'm getting these really interesting like look at this, guys. Like like what is that? Yeah, I'm feeling like this is someone, Six of Wands, that is very much like yeah, I think for some we have a little bit more of a clear compass, right? And for others, we just simply know that it's time, like, to do something, right? And so it really doesn't matter like where we are or like what's going on. It really has nothing to do with anything. But yeah, certainly like somebody that's just like ready, you know, and this is very much what we were preparing for, is to really enter this in a very serious way, like literally just getting ready, just like as if you were living in like, you know, 1700s, and like, you know, you were going on a boat, like on a ship to like, you know, you're going to be, you know, sailing for like months or years, you know, and then you were like not coming back, basically, like you're not coming back home, kind of this feeling of like really like leaving. And I feel like that's such a beautiful energy, because it's really speaking to like really leaving for good, maybe this like old identity, or at least like these patterns that maybe have a very foundational have strong foundations in this identity that are not serving us, right? Again, like very much particularly habits of the mind, right? And patterns. It's a really cool energy, because it's like very like, let's go, like, you know, let's get it in there, like let's get in the ship, like let's go. It's like very exciting, and it like makes me feel like the beginning of like a movie, like, you know, like Pirates of the Caribbean or something. I don't know. It's like yay, like let's go. Like I don't even care. Like, you know, they're about to like hang us. Like let's get out of here. You know, let's not come back. You know. Anyway, the Six of Swords. Yeah, it really does feel like truly like this is just the epitome of like the whole reading, is like we're really moving into like internally like calmer waters, because it can be very turbulent to feel so confused, and it can be very turbulent to like not feel like aligned, or that you can do anything about it, right? And so yeah, really interesting. Again, or not again, but like with this sort of like literal like Viking pirate feeling that I'm getting, it's very fantastical, and that's an energy that has really supported me a lot, particularly like in the past 2 years. Yeah, really feeling into yeah, like what would be like your most like the most beautiful, like you can even do it now as I'm talking, like, you know, closing your eyes, and like what is the most like beautiful, mystical, like safe, magical space that you could see yourself in? Like, is it like what kind of world? What does it look like? You know, what does it feel? And the most important part is, what does it feel like? You know, and really tapping into the expansiveness of our like creative, imaginative, and in a big way, this space of manifesting, our fantasy, like our wildest, deepest fantasy, and whether that's, whatever it is. And I feel like, again, the most important part is the feeling of that. And if we can really steep ourselves deeply into that on a regular basis, even as part of our meditation, it really affects you in your daily life. It really allows you to feel open and very connected with, safe and harmonious spaces in yourself, and trains yourself, your energy, your mind, and your thoughts, as well as your emotions, regulating your emotions, right? To return and cycle back to that space inside of yourself. And through that, being so deeply steeped in stuff like that, and that's kind of like where law of attraction kind of comes out, right? Where you're so steeped in that you attract it, and that you gravitate and have, there's a gravity that both pulls you closer to that feeling, and the that to like the manifested version of what you're feeling, as well as brings that and others that also share things that are that which is similar to you. So yeah, that's a super, super important part, guys. That's, again, like really helped me in many ways. Yeah, I'm just gonna, we're kind of getting to the end here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull some advice. I have a little angel deck here. It's a little handmade angel deck. I didn't make it, and they're not available. Sorry, but one of my teachers made this for me. And so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of do like a light shuffle. I need to laminate them. I keep forgetting to do it, but I need to laminate them so I don't ruin them. And we'll see if there's any advice or last things or things that we're moving into that would be helpful. Okay. Any advice, anything that you'd like to share with us? Anything? Okay. And maybe I'm feeling one more. Or something like that. I'm feeling patience and grace. Patience and grace is coming out pretty strong. Yeah, that things might not happen overnight, and that's no reason to not continue to practice, right? And to continue to develop your practice, and your to continue to go towards yourself, go deeper. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably, oops. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling understanding and clarity are coming, even to a bigger degree, especially if we are continuing to if we continue on this path, that we're on. Don't be surprised by things spontaneously happening, or spontaneous opportunities. Don't be surprised by a lot of synchronicity. Surrender to those things, okay? That's super important. Can you see that? I can't tell if it's blurry or not. Sorry, guys. I don't think that's very clear, but surrender. Okay. And then again, grace came out. Sorry, excuse me. Beautiful, grace came out. Yeah, allowing for spaciousness inside yourself will really help you with this grace, right? Being graceful yourself and also letting it in. And the last one is enthusiasm, right? Again, this energy of enthusiasm, pirate adventure, whatever it is, whatever is going to get you pumped up, whatever, and it's not about being pumped up in that kind of way, but being enthusiastic and positive and like excited, you know, that energy, like letting that roll over you and steeping yourself in it. Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and close the reading out there. Thank you so much for joining us today, and yeah, hopefully you guys stayed till the end. If you did, I'm sure you got something out of it. So if you would support me by dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, that would be a huge help. Again, yeah, go ahead and you can follow me on Instagram as well at Brother Earth Healing. And feel free to reach out if you're interested in working with me privately. Again, I do a lot of intuitive healing work. I do energy work at a distance now. I do a lot of work with channeling ancestors and different kinds of ancestral work and mediumship services if you're interested. Yeah, whatever else you might need. I've been a former Buddhist monk as well, so if you need a little support in learning how to meditate or Qi Gong or anything like that, then I'm also available. But yeah, thank you so much, and until next time, many, many blessings to you.